There's a quiet kind of desperation in Japan that doesn't announce itself. It simmers like dashi left too long on the burner. It's not the kind of suffering you'll spot from the bullet train, and it's certainly not visible in the postcard-perfect stillness of a Kyoto morning. It hides in the hush between paychecks, in the bottomless silence of a break room where no one asks how you're doing. Every year, tens of thousands of people in Japan vanish, not with a scream or a chase, but like steam off a noodle bowl. Gone. No note, no call, just absence. They're called the Johatsu, literally, the evaporated. People who made a choice, or maybe reached a breaking point where choice no longer mattered. In the West, we romanticize that idea of starting over. New name, new town, blank slate. But here, it's different. It's not reinvention. It's retreat, a slow undoing, an act of vanishing so complete, even your shadow forgets your shape. To get why Johatsu exists, you need to understand the uniquely soft pressure Japan exerts. This isn't a culture that celebrates failure. It tolerates it the way old wallpaper tolerates humidity, until the whole wall bubbles and peels. Shame isn't just a feeling here, it's currency. A man who loses his job doesn't just lose a paycheck, he loses a place in the ecosystem. A woman trapped in an unhappy marriage may find no culturally acceptable way out except silence. And that's where the Yanaja come in. For a fee, these so-called night movers will help pack your life into cardboard boxes and make you disappear before the sun comes up. No questions asked. No forwarding address. It's not even illegal. More like a service, like ordering ramen at 3 a.m., except what you're slurping up is invisibility. This isn't about running from the law. It's about running from expectations. The need to be good, to be perfect, to not disrupt the group. And so, when life becomes too much, some people don't scream. They turn down the volume until it fades completely. What's disturbing isn't how far these people go, but how close they stay. Many don't leave the city. Some move to places designed for erasure, Sanya in Tokyo, Kamigasaki in Osaka, places with cheap hostels, cash jobs, and no questions. They take day labor gigs, sleep in flop houses, drift, the kind of places where ghosts would feel right at home. For some, anonymity becomes comfort, a way to shed not just the past, but the pressure of being someone recognizable. For others, it's a kind of purgatory, living between identities half remembered by those left behind. And it's the families, really, who live the nightmare in slow motion. There's no official missing person system like in the West. Police won't act unless there's suspicion of crime. Families search quietly, because to make noise about the disappearance is to invite shame of their own. A mother checks morgues without telling her neighbors. A son hires a private detective and calls it a business expense. In Japan, people don't just disappear. They're quietly allowed to. What does it say about a society that permits its people to vanish like mist over the Tama River? That provides all the tools needed to self-delete? Not violently, but bureaucratically, spiritually, emotionally? It's tempting to make this story exotic. Strange. Only in Japan. But that's lazy. The real question is what happens to a culture when perfection is non-negotiable and failure is a private affliction. The Johatsu are not an anomaly, they're a symptom. A quiet scream into a culture that rarely lets people be loud. And maybe that's what's so haunting. Not that people disappear, but that here, of all places, they can do it so easily, and the world doesn't stop spinning. Maybe the lesson isn't just about Japan. Maybe it's about all of us. The quiet moments where we wish we could walk away. The times we feel the walls closing in, not dramatically, but inch by inch. Some people escape in little ways, changing their hair, deleting social media, moving cities. Others go all the way. They vanish. And Japan, with its centuries of etiquette, social code, and quiet suffering, just makes it easier to do without making a scene. You don't need a passport, just a pause, a gap, the willingness to not be found. And maybe the biggest tragedy isn't that they disappeared, but that so few came looking.